which is more than enough for us. Now, the next point which we need to study out over here is in order to work on automation testing, which is Selenium WebDriver, we need to know any one programming language. Whatever the programming language might be, we should have at least a basic idea on that programming language. Among all the programming languages available, we are choosing Java as our programming language. As mentioned earlier, we are going to study all the core Java concepts within the session itself. You no need to learn core Java concepts separately. Within the sessions itself, we are going to study. So the next concept starting from today, we are going to discuss is about core Java. Okay, once we are done with this core Java, then we will jump on to the WebDriver tool. Starting from today, we will be discussing about Java itself. Okay, good. So what is a Java? Java is an object-oriented programming language. Object-oriented programming language. What does it mean? Any programming language that supports OOPS concepts. We can call it as an object-oriented programming language. That programming language should support. Okay, that programming language should support OOPS concepts. So what exactly the OOPS concepts means? Inheritance, polymorphism, object, class, all these are things, multi-threading, all these concepts are, we can treat it as an OOPS concepts itself. If a programming language is supporting all these concepts, we can treat that particular programming language as an object-oriented programming language, and Java is one among those object-oriented programming language. Before moving ahead, first of all, what I want to do right now is let us start from the installation part onwards. Okay, let us start from the installation of a core Java. So the first thing is we need to know three most important definitions. The first thing is JRE, a Java runtime environment. JDK, Java Development Kit. JVM, Java Virtual Machine. So let us start with a JRE. JRE means it's a Java runtime environment. If your role is to just execute a Java program, then you can install JRE in your machine. As of now, guys, if you consider our requirement, I want to write down my automation test scripts using Java programming language. So it means I need to write down the code and I need to execute the code. So for me, JRE doesn't fit for me to install in my machine. Then who can install JRE in their machine means specifically clients. So they don't need to write down the code base from their end. Whatever the code we have prepared, clients will simply execute whether that code is working or not. In such situations, they can install only JRE. Okay, fine. So the next one is a JDK, which is a Java Development Kit. If your role is to develop a Java program and to execute a Java program, in such situations, you need to install this JDK. As mentioned earlier, for our automation testing, we need to write down the program and we need to execute the program. Definitely, we should install JDK in your machine. Okay, so from where can I download this JDK? So directly go to Google. We can find it in a Google. So let me close this Selenium ID. I don't want it anymore. Okay, now go to Google and search for JDK free download. So whenever we are searching for this JDK free download, multiple links are displaying. Click on a first link which is navigating to an Oracle official website. So here in this particular page, there are multiple options to download. Depending on your system operating system, you have to download it. So mine is a Windows machine, and that too it's a 64-bit. See here, Windows x64, there is an exe file is there, download it. Whenever you are trying to download this particular exe file, these days, the Oracle is asking us to create an account and to open an account basically, or to log in into their account. So I have already created one account. Either you can use my account, okay, Surendra dot Jagannath@gmail. Let me try with my password. If this password is valid, then I will give it to you. You can give it. You can try from your end. Yeah, so this is the password. Okay, this is not a valid password. Okay, let me try Surendra. Okay, so just if this doesn't work, you can try it from your end and you can create a. See, basically, it's directly logging in for me. Sorry, it's directly downloading the file. Okay, though it's not logged in here, but it's directly downloading the file. So my password is a valid password. So here I'm giving an credentials for this Oracle account in our direct running nodes itself. Okay, when you are trying to download, it will ask to enter Oracle credentials. It's up to you. If you want, you can create your own account or try using below credentials. Username and the password is this is the one. Try using these credentials, it will work for you and you can download it simply without creating any accounts. That's the thing. Okay, good. So whenever you have a downloaded that particular one, it's going to download an exe file into your machine. Okay, it's going to download an exe file into your machine. So what exactly this exe file means? An executable file using which you can install the software. Right, installable software for a Windows machine. So here, what I'm doing right now, go to the downloads folder. Basically, you can find it here itself. For me, I have a downloaded earlier, so I can find it here. Double click on that file. Just follow the installation steps and create your own or install this JDK in your machine. Okay, just by double clicking on it, it will install it. Assume that if you are working on your office machine, by default it has a Java install. You no need to install it separately. The only thing what we can do is we can go to your my computer C drive, programming files, Java folder, and check out whether there is a JDK and a JRE installed or not. Check whether in this folder whether it has JRE and JDK folders inside it. If it is there, then we can confirm that Java is successfully installed in our machine. Okay, just the simple thing basically. You just need to navigate to that folder. It should have that information. That's it. And then the next point which I need to consider on top of this one is okay. So I have installed Java. Now I open my command prompt here and I am searching for Java underscore version. I just entered a Java underscore version. For me, it is displaying as a Java version at 1.8.0. Okay, 1.8.0. If it is not displaying for you, then you can use, you need to, basically, if it is not displaying for you, then it will throw an Java is not recognized as an internal or external command. So it means you have installed Java in your machine, but you haven't done the configuration to display that software or a tool in the command prompt. Okay, one thing is whenever we downloaded any open source tools, we need to update the software installation folder location in the environmental variables. Okay, whenever we updated the software in the environmental variables, moving further, we can access those softwares from the command prompt. So it's a mandatory for us to update the Java in environmental variables. Okay, it's mandatory for us to update Java in the environmental variables. So how you need to do that? The simple thing is, in my current situation, I have this PC. Right click on this PC, go to properties, and here, whenever you clicked on a properties, this is the screen which will display, and in which advanced system settings. I'm using the advanced system settings. Okay, whenever you clicked on these advanced system settings, what it will happen, it is opening a new window, and in this particular new window there is an environmental variables tab is there. Okay, just the environmental variables tab is there. So if you click on this environmental variables tab, a new window is being populated, and on this new window, see, you can find user variables and as well as the system variables. Whatever the configuration we are doing, we need to do with respect to the environmental variables specific to a system variables itself. So what I have to do right now, let me go back to the folder where the Java JDK and JRE is there. Go inside the JDK folder, copy this location. Okay, just copy this location. Come back here to this. Under the system variable, create a new. Okay, create a new. Name it as a Java home and use it here. Okay, name it as a Java home and just use it here. Okay, whatever the path I have copied, I'm just specifying that particular path here and hit OK. So whenever you have created that, a new Java home will be created for you. Okay, a new Java home will be created for you. That's it. That's the simple point of what you need to consider. Okay, so that's the simple point of what exactly you need to consider. Okay, cool. So I have created a Java home environmental variable here. And after creating a Java home here, now I'm scrolling down a bit. There is a path environmental variable. Okay, there is a path environmental variable. Hit on edit button for this path environmental variable. And inside this JDK, there is a bin folder. Navigate to the bin folder, copy the path from there. Okay, copy the path from that bin folder, go back here and directly place that path here. That's it. See, I have already updated. And after that, hit OK button for multiple times. Close your command prompt and relaunch your command prompt. And whenever you hit a Java version, it is displaying the version. So guys, the steps are so simple. We already have those steps documented in these running notes. Right click on a my computer or a this PC, go to properties, advanced system settings, and then under the advanced tab, there is an environmental variables, and under the system variables, select a new. Okay, you need to click on a new under the system variables, and then whatever the path is there, just place the path inside the Java home variable, and even edit the path variable and place the path till the bin folder. These are all the two things that you need to do from your end. Okay, good guys. So the bottom line out over here is why I'm doing this particular one means, see, we are dealing open source tools, basically Java, Maven, and couple more tools are there. So whenever you are dealing with these tools, it's mandatory for us to update the environmental variables. That's what I have done till now. Okay, good. So everything is documented in the separate Java document. This Java document, I will share it, and along with it, this class document also, I will share it with you. Both the documents, I will share it with you for your reference. So before jumping on with a further small concept, am I clear for you all till now, or do you have any questions for me, guys? Ramya, Sahiti, Payal, good. Arul and Subha, good. And the And then, so the next and a small concept which I want to explain out over here is examples. Today, I will give you examples, guys. Tomorrow, we will see the practical implementation. So, what exactly an example is? See here, assume that, uh, um, okay, so the example is assume that I have my friend's mobile number. I didn't save his number. So, if I want to call him from my mobile, every time I need to enter 10-digit mobile number and give a call to him. Right, guys? So every time you need to enter all the 10 digits and you need to call him. So here, instead of doing this activity like this, the smaller option what we can do is create a contact, assign a name to your friend, and add a mobile number to that name. Okay, add a mobile number to that particular name and save the contacts. Moving further, after saving the contact, if I want to call my friend, I no need to enter his 10-digit number directly. I can call the name whatever I have assigned to him. Right, whatever the name I have assigned to him, I can simply call the name as internally for the name, there is a number allocated which will be called directly. So here, the ultimate thing which I want to say here is I'm calling a name internally for that name. I have already assigned a variable, hence it will be calling that particular variable itself. Okay, hence it will be calling that particular value. So it means I can say it is a variable. We are storing some value to that. Right, guys? Did you understood this example, the mobile example, basically? So I'm creating a contact, which is a quite a common thing which we use it to do in our mobile phones, right? Just a common thing. I will create a contact and assign a mobile number. Moving further, I no need to dial in the entire number. If I'm calling a contact, automatically it's redirecting to the number internally, whatever we have a given. This whole concept, we can call it as a variable. Okay, this is one example. And another example, I want to create below three actions in my mobile. First one, sticky notes. Second one, uh, okay, first one contacts. Okay, first one contact. Second one sticky note. Third one video. I want to create these three operations in my mobile phone. So my question out over here is how much memory will it occupy? Usually for any contact, roughly it will be a 0.5 KB of memory it will occupy. It means very, very less memory, right? A very, very less memory it will occupy in your mobile to create a contact. The same way, if you want to create some notes with a page stuff inside that, then maybe 10 KB of memory is required, right? Roughly 10 KB of a memory. If you want to capture a video for 1 hour, definitely it will consume 1 GB of a memory in your mobile phone, right? All these three operations, it's consuming memory in your mobile phone itself. But the only thing is, depending on the operation, whatever you are performing, corresponding memory is being allocated in your mobile. So it means if I'm creating a contact, my mobile know that for every contact it should allocate 0.5 KB of a memory. It will be allocating that. If I'm creating a sticky note, it know how much memory that needs to be allocated, and it will be allocated that maximum memory. And if I'm creating a video also, it knows and it will allocate the memory. So the point out over here is your mobile is recognizing the operation whatever you are performing, and based on that it is allocating the memory, right? Based on that it's allocating the memory. Immediately a quick question will rise in our mind: how come my mobile know that I'm creating a content? Right. I'm creating a contact, I'm creating a sticky note, or I'm creating a video. How come my mobile know that? Usually, if you want to create a contact, you will navigate to contacts page, from where you click on a new button. Array, create a new contact. Right. So you are choosing a respective option based on that operation itself. Your mobile is recognizing. The same way, if you want to create a sticky notes, you will navigate to the sticky notes section first, or sticky notes apps first, and from where, whenever you click on a create, then your mobile recognize that okay, this person is in a sticky notes app now. Whenever he's clicking on a create, it means this should be created within the sticky notes itself. That's what your mobile will recognize, and it's going to allocate the memory. Right, guys? Is this contact creation and a memory allocation examples clear for you, or any questions for me? How we are creating a contact, and how we are calling that name, and internally calling that particular name, how it is calling the mobile number, and how much memory it's being allocated for all the operations. Am I clear for you all? Arul, Subha, uh, Padmaja, Ramya, Sahiti, and Payal. Good. Done the deal. So this is the basic concept which we need for core Java. First of all, the day one of the core Java, I'm going to kickstart with some examples. So the concept, okay, with these two examples, whatever I have studied. So example one, guys, the first one is saving a context, and example two is the one which I have explained right now, the memory management. With these two examples, the two related concepts in Java are variable and data types. Okay, variable and data types are the two different concepts we have in Java with these two examples. Okay, which we will study about these examples in the tomorrow session. Okay, I'll show you these examples in the tomorrow session. Okay, by tomorrow, the only thing what you people need to do from your end is go ahead and download the Java in your machine, create the configuration, like update the environmental variables and all those things in your machine. And additionally, one more thing what we need to do is, see guys, in order to write down my content, I'm using this Word document, right? I can consider I'm using a Word document as my editor to write some information. Right, whatever the information I'm writing, I'm using an MS Word documentation here. right? The same way, in order to write down our core Java programs also, there should be some editor for us, right? Without the editor, it's not possible for us to write down the code. There are multiple editors available in the market. Among all those editors, Eclipse is the one which is used by majority of the people. Okay, Eclipse is the editor which is used by majority of the people. So even we are going to use the same Eclipse editor. So how to download that? Go to Google again, search for Eclipse editor free downloads, and here click on a first link which is navigating to the Eclipse downloads screen. Okay, Eclipse downloads screen, and here there is an option for you to download it. See here, download the 64-bit. I'm clicking on this download the 64-bit. It is navigating to this screen. It will automatically download. If it is not downloading, click on this download. Whenever you hit this download, automatically it's going to download an Eclipse installer in your machine. See, this is the installable file which it is going to download in your machine. And now double click on that installable file, guys. I'm just launching it once to show you what option you need to pick. There are multiple options it will populate whenever you are selecting this one. So I will just show you that option so that you can proceed with your installation. So by tomorrow you need to complete Java installation and Eclipse editor installation in your machine so that we can start with theory come practical. So guys, just we studied about some basic concepts on our core Java. Starting from tomorrow, each and every concept we are going to study is a practical orientation itself. So I will start with the variables. Starting from variables, we are going to see examples within this Eclipse editor. Okay. Cool. So let it launch so that I will show you that option what you need to do. So this is the option which it going to populate. So whenever you double click on that exe file Eclipse installer, this is the window it will populate. From that window you need to pick this option, Eclipse IDE for Java Enterprise Developer. You need to pick this as your option while downloading this, okay, while downloading this Eclipse editor to your machine, guys. Okay, that's the only thing. Eclipse. Okay, yeah, so here is the downloads. So I'm just adding this file here within the Java document. So this is the reference screenshot for you in your Java documentation, guys. Okay, you need to pick the second option which I have highlighted, Eclipse IDE for Enterprise Java Developers. Pick it, click on continue, next. It will ask you to accept some agreements. Just click on I accept. It will take a 5 to 10 minutes for you to complete that installation. And after that installation, on your desktop you can find an icon like this, Eclipse icon. Okay, I can see Eclipse icon here. Okay, the same Eclipse icon you can see this also. Okay guys, the same Eclipse icon you can find it on your machine as well. Okay, so you just need to see. So Eclipse will have a different naming conventions. So here I have installed Eclipse Neon earlier, hence it is displaying as a Neon for me, whereas for you, if you have installed a different version, the other version will display for you. But this is how the Eclipse looks like. This is the way how you need to download the Eclipse editor to your machine, guys. Okay, am I clear for you all till now, or any questions for me? Good, done the deal. Done up to here, and just stay for a minute, guys. So what I'm going to do right now means, let me show you the Google Driver folder path and as well as the folder structure once, so that you people can understand where exactly I'm storing that information in a Google Driver. Okay, so you already have an access to this. Okay, everyone who are there in the session, I have already given you access to this Google Driver folder. Okay, so so here I'm opening my Google Driver once again to show you this part. And see, I have created a separate folder for you, which is batch 122. In this batch 122, okay, in this batch 122, yesterday's recording I have a placed here and yesterday's document I have a placed here. But as we started core Java from today, I'm creating a new folder for you inside which I'm calling it as a core Java. Everything I'm going to upload here itself with a core Java name and as well as within the core Java folder and as well as the running notes, everything will be uploaded here itself. Okay, one second, this is not uh, loading. Let me relaunch my this one. Okay, one second. I'll show you this folder structure. The running nodes, the test scripts, whatever I'm going to cover, everything will be there within this folder itself. This will be for your reference. You have to keep it up. Okay, so here I'm creating a new folder, core Java. Wait, okay, seems like there is an issue with the driver. I'm unable to create the folder here. Okay, so I will upload it and I will share it with you. Okay, so basically there is a core Java folder inside the core Java, the today's recording, and inside the core Java there will be some notes folder. You can find it there. So I'll show you the other batch recording so that you can get an idea on that how it looks like. Okay, there is an issue with the Google driver. It's not loading basically. Okay, so I'll share you guys in a separate email to you all so that you can have a look into that piece. Okay, cool. Done the deal. So any